Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Emanuel. It is almost time for students to go back to school, and for some to go to school for the first time. Tonight, our Maggie Hall has safety recommendations to keep in mind as we start the new school year.
Schools in our area will be starting back up again soon, an exciting time for both parents and children. Today, I spoke with Corning Chief of Police Kenzie Spalding about some back-to-school safety guidelines that families can keep in mind. With the first day of school coming up, proud parents want to share photos and videos of their children on social media.
Well, I think that it's important, and I'm glad that you're putting this out there, because I think we are proud of our kids, and we do want to show them all the great, show everyone all the great things that they're doing, but it's important to realize that not everyone has good intentions.
Chief Spalding recommends that you keep things general when posting back-to-school updates to best protect your child and your personal information.
I think it's a good point to say, your favorite subject in school, but maybe not saying who your teacher is, and maybe not necessarily last names, middle initials, things that people can use to either have evil intentions against your children, or sometimes we do see a lot of times when people are trying to use your name and information to open credit cards accounts and different accounts, and really can do some identity theft things as well.
Authorities recommend making a school safety plan with your kids, especially when it comes to pickup at the end of the day.
If someone's coming and they say, I'm supposed to pick you up, my parents say, your parents say to pick you up, then that you guys have a word or a phrase or a statement or something that only you guys know, that would be like a way for them to know that this is an okay situation, because we do know that emergencies come up and things come up, and it may not be the people that you're used to seeing every day and family members and things, but to make sure that there's a fail-safe plan.
Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Corning.
Police are reminding motorcyclists to be especially mindful of deer after a man was found dead from a collision with one. A driver passing on Smith Road discovered the motorcyclist early this morning. Authorities report that the motorcyclist struck the deer while riding in the town of Veteran. The release of the motorcyclist's identity is being withheld until the notification of next of kin. Chemung County legislator Rodney Strange released an official statement after being hospitalized. Strange updated constituents on his condition through his official Facebook page. In the statement, he says that he was admitted to Arnott Ogden Medical Center on August 2nd and transferred to St. Joseph's on August 4th. There, the legislator underwent an open-heart quadruple bypass surgery, which was a success. Strange is currently in the ICU in stable condition, waiting to be transferred to the cardiac care unit. He is expected to make a full recovery. A historic Steuben County bridge will be receiving some upgrades this month. Wood Road Bridge is over 120 years old, and this month it will receive a $100,000 makeover. The bridge will be closed during this time with an off-site detour. Upgrades include paving the road and updating the overall structure of the bridge. Crews are building emergency shelters on New York City's Randall's Island to help deal with the surge of migrants in the city. This is video taken today of crews building a tent complex. The complex is intended to hold up to 2,000 adults. That's a fraction of the more than 57,000 who are in the city's care. The tents are being built after New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced that city shelters are now filled to capacity. The fire that destroyed Lahaina has become the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than 100 years. Jake Karalexis has more from Maui.
There are almost 100 confirmed deaths, and that number is expected to rise as officials here in Maui ramp up the recovery effort. Members of Hawaii's National Guard sifting through the rubble over the weekend, looking for victims of the wildfires that killed dozens and destroyed thousands of structures. It's difficult to assess the full scope of the destruction. Officials say it's still too early for residents to return home, but hundreds remain missing, and their neighbors say some of those people likely won't be found.
It's terrible. There's a lot of people that are still missing. I think that death toll is way higher than what they can prove right now.
Officials here are still pushing back on critics who say some of those deaths could have been avoided if more warning was given before the flames hit populated areas. Hawaii's governor says the fire simply moved too quickly and there wasn't enough time.
Fire spread rapidly. We believe between 60 miles per hour and 81 miles per hour, resulting in this tragedy.
Meanwhile, thousands remain in shelters or temporary housing, waiting for the chance to assess the damage. And while there's plenty of sadness here in Maui, some folks also say they're looking for a way to move forward.
I try and hold it in. They keep telling me cry, but I'm holding in, and I'm sure I'm going to get to the day where it's just going to come out.
The state of Hawaii is renting 500 hotel rooms to house displaced locals and another 500 for FEMA first responders. In Maui, Jake Carolexis, Fox News.
All eyes are on the Peach State, where prosecutors are gearing up to issue a potential fourth round of criminal charges against former President Donald Trump. This case focuses on efforts to overturn Joe Biden's win in Georgia in the 2020 election. Caroline Shively has more from Washington.
Security is high around the Fulton County Courthouse in Atlanta, where witnesses began appearing before the grand jury on Monday. Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis and her team of prosecutors are investigating possible interference in the 2020 presidential election by former President Trump and his allies, including this call to Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
The GOP frontrunner remained defiant while campaigning in Iowa this weekend.
Yes, we did nothing wrong.
Sources tell CBS News Willis could pursue racketeering charges typically used against organized crime.
Georgia has a pretty broad or generous RICO law.
CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the DA will try to show that Trump and his team were acting like a criminal enterprise.
You essentially have to prove that 2 or more crimes were committed by 2 or more people and that they were trying to protect or control an institution, property, or an interest.
The former president has been indicted 3 times this year. First in New York on charges related to hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, then federal charges stemming from classified documents seized from his Mar-a-Lago estate, and most recently federal charges related to his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election and the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Atlanta.
Still ahead, we have your complete forecast. Plus, back to school season can be really stressful for students with another year full of new teachers, lessons, and challenges. And in the digital age, it can be tempting for kids to post about their struggles online. Some healthy ways they can seek support.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening and happy Monday. It has been a very wet weather pattern that we've been bringing into the month of August. Even still looking at our 5-day precipitation number, it is over an inch, including most of the active weather that we had through the middle of last week. We did have those Saturday storms that brought us to about 1/4 of an inch with a dry day yesterday. And today did show off some of those dry conditions. We saw some of that blue sky passing on by, but overcast conditions definitely looking to be more of our battle as the next system is on approach and already starting to overspread showers into portions of Pennsylvania through New York. And we're noting that with these very saturated soils that we have, and with the expectation that there is some better feedback that there could be some heavier rainfall running from Elmira over through Binghamton, a flood watch has been in place. But note that as we still even look at the numbers, much of the area is expected to see the potential of at least an inch, upwards of 2 inches possible. So with that type of rainfall, what we're noting is that 1, it's coming through the overnight, and with that potential, that means that if you are someone that travels here through the overnight into Tuesday morning, you're going to want to keep yourself wary that there could be some flooded roadways. There could be some of that rushing water in some low-lying areas and some creeks and riverways. So keep yourself wary of those quick rises due to downpours, especially in those nighttime hours. If you ever come across water over roadways, find an alternate route. You don't know what has been washed away underneath that. And it just takes a few inches to knock you off your feet and carry a car away. So with that rainfall here intact, what we're noting is that there could be a few embedded thunderstorms associated with this, especially we're seeing some of these higher reflectivities. The thunder risk is definitely more emphasized here across more portions of Pennsylvania, but could see those rumbles of thunder extend just through the Elmira Corning area. But this rainfall is expected to continue through the overnight with those moderate downpours, at least through your morning commute. And then we're noting that as we head throughout the rest of our Tuesday, we'll stay underneath some isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder to develop in the afternoon. And then the system will be pulling out of our area as we head into Wednesday. There's a few showers and some overcast skies still intact, so we'll start off overcast but look brighter by the end of the day. So an active start to this week here as we watch the system move in. As mentioned, a few rumbles of thunder there, but with those overcast skies, we will keep temperatures again cooler than normal into those 70s. As we start off overcast on Wednesday, but then expect some gradual clearing, we'll watch temperatures struggle a bit to warm up due to that morning cloud cover, but still looking to extend towards seasonal. As note that this time of the year, that seasonal number is falling as we're getting to that time of the year where that daylight number is starting to shrink as we work towards the fall equinox. So almost a fall-like day there with those 70s on the board. Now, as we get a break from the rainfall on Wednesday, we continue that on Thursday with some warmer temperatures, but then Thursday night into Friday, we have another chance for some rain showers. We'll keep an eye on how much rain we're expecting when it comes to any flooding potential, keeping us again fall-like before the weekend is going to be looking very pleasant.